story of Lot, a journey of faith and destruction. The story of Lot is one of faith, choices, divine judgment, and redemption. Lot, the nephew of Abraham, experienced great prosperity, lived among the wicked, and ultimately witnessed the fiery destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. His tale is a powerful reminder of God's mercy and justice. Lot was the son of Haran, Abraham's brother. After Haran died, Lot was raised under Abraham's care. When God called Abraham to leave his homeland of Ur and travel to Canaan, Lot chose to accompany him. Together, they journeyed through foreign lands, experiencing trials and blessings along the way. As God blessed Abraham, Lot also prospered. Both men accumulated vast flocks, herds, and servants. However, their combined wealth soon became a source of conflict. With their livestock increasing, tensions arose between the herdsmen of Abraham and Lot. The land could not sustain both their flocks, leading to disputes over grazing land and water. Abraham, valuing peace, approached Lot and proposed a solution. "Let there be no strife between us. Look at the land before you. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left." Genesis 13 verses 8 to 9. Lot looked around and saw the lush Jordan Valley, a fertile land resembling the Garden of Eden. However, it was near Sodom, a city known for its wickedness. Despite the city's reputation, Lot chose to settle near Sodom, while Abraham remained in Canaan. At first, Lot pitched his tents near Sodom, but over time, he moved into the city and became a respected citizen. He even sat at the city gates, a sign of leadership and influence. However, Sodom and Gomorrah were places of great moral corruption. The people engaged in wickedness that deeply displeased God. A coalition of kings waged war against Sodom and its neighboring cities. In the battle, Sodom was defeated, and Lot, along with his family and possessions, was taken captive. When Abraham heard of Lot's plight, he gathered 318 trained men and launched a daring rescue mission. Through God's providence, Abraham defeated the enemy and brought Lot and his family back safely. Despite being rescued, Lot chose to remain in Sodom, unwilling to leave the comforts and prosperity he had found there. As the wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah grew, God decided to destroy the cities. Before carrying out his judgment, he revealed his plan to Abraham. Abraham, concerned for the righteous within the city, pleaded with God. "Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? What if there are 50 righteous people in the city?" Genesis 18 verses 23 to 24. God agreed that if 50 righteous people were found, he would spare the city. Abraham continued to negotiate, reducing the number to 10. But not even 10 righteous people could be found. 2 angels arrived in Sodom in the evening. Lot, recognizing their importance, urged them to stay at his home for the night. He prepared a feast for them, but before they could rest, the men of Sodom surrounded the house, demanding that the visitors be handed over to them. Lot stepped outside and pleaded with them, offering his daughters instead. However, the men of Sodom refused and attempted to break down the door. The angels pulled Lot inside and struck the crowd with blindness, preventing them from finding the entrance. The angels then warned Lot, "Get out of this place. The Lord is about to destroy the city." Genesis 19 verses 12 to 13. At dawn, the angels urged Lot, his wife, and his daughters to flee. But Lot hesitated, and the angels seized them by the hand and led them outside the city. "Flee for your lives. Don't look back and don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains or you will be swept away." Genesis 19 verse 17. Lot, fearing he would not survive in the mountains, begged to flee to a small nearby town called Zoar. The angels granted his request. As soon as Lot and his family reached safety, fire and sulfur rained down from heaven, completely destroying Sodom and Gomorrah. The angel's warning, Lot's wife looked back at the burning city. In that moment, she was turned into a pillar of salt, a tragic consequence of her attachment to the sinful city. Lot and his daughters took refuge in the mountains, fearing to stay in Zoar. Isolated and believing they were the last people on earth, Lot's daughters committed a grave sin. They got their father drunk and conceived children through him. The older daughter bore a son named Moab, the ancestor of the Moabites. The younger daughter bore a son named Ben-Ammi, the ancestor of the Ammonites. These two nations later became adversaries of Israel. The danger of compromise, Lot's decision to live in Sodom exposed his family to sin and destruction. Small compromises can lead to great spiritual dangers. God's mercy and judgment. Despite Sodom's wickedness, God was willing to spare it for the sake of a few righteous people. Yet, his judgment was swift when none were found. The consequences of looking back, Lot's wife serves as a warning against longing for the past instead of trusting in God's plan. The impact of poor choices, Lot's daughters' desperate actions led to the creation of nations that later opposed Israel, showing how one decision can have lasting consequences. Lot's story is one of both warning and hope. Though he was saved from destruction, his choices led to hardship. His journey teaches us the importance of making godly decisions, resisting temptation, and trusting in God's guidance. As we reflect on Lot's life, may we learn to flee from sin, trust in God's protection, and never look back at what He has called us to leave behind.
Thanks for watching Bible Takes. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.